Hey Cancer, Chelsea here from Lunar Tarot by Chelsea. I hope you guys are all well, doing okay. I know that this week has been very all over the place, so we'll see what you guys have in store. This is your Tarotscope for the 1st to the 15th of July. I will start doing the readings every 2 weeks now. So yeah, this is your reading for the 1st to the 15th of July. This is for your Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. What can you expect? Let's get into it. So what can Cancer expect for the 1st to the 15th of July? Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. What do they need to know? How will they be feeling? And what does Cancer need to be aware of? Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. What can Cancer expect for the 1st to the 15th of July? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. So a lot of emotions are coming to the surface. We will feel a lot of stagnant energy moving for us. 3 of Cups in reverse. Let me show you. 3 of Cups in reverse. So perhaps you were waiting on something, and instead of it coming to you, the process has been delayed. King of Wands in reverse. The process has been delayed, and it's almost like you feel a bit stagnant right now. The Hermit. You may feel a bit stagnant and as though something isn't moving ahead as quickly as what you would expect it to, or what you would want it to. We have the Hermit here because you probably feel to just draw yourself and go within. Perhaps you want to be isolated at this time. Perhaps all of these emotions that are coming up are messages, and they're coming in so strong that you've had to put off certain things that you want to do. So perhaps you actually had could be a project. I feel like it's a project that you were working on and you've had to put it on hold. You've had to delay it in some sense. It could also be in regards to a relationship. Perhaps things weren't going so well. Or things were going well and a spanner was thrown in the works. And so it's now time for you to be alone. And that's okay. Sometimes we need time to get ourselves together again. The Emperor. So the beginning of this month will be a bit rocky for you guys. It will be very uncertain. It might be quite unstable in some areas. Due to the King of Wands being here, I feel as though some of you have had to put off something. So perhaps it was something that you really wanted, something that you were really going for. You had the idea in your head, but unfortunately you've had to put it on hold because it's too much. Everything just feels too much right now, and that's okay. Cancer season is a lot. There's a lot of emotions coming up. There's a lot of feeling that we need to do. And sometimes we aren't really prepared for it. So just making sure that you're taking care of yourself during this hermit time. And towards the end of the month, or the beginning, the middle, sorry, my mind is gone. The middle of the month, you will regain that spark. You'll regain that sense of knowing of what you want, of going for it and getting it, because you've had this time to yourself. You've had time to recoup and get yourself back together again. But right now, it's just about being with yourself and knowing that everything will work out, even if you put it on hold, even if you stall things. These things have to be put on hold sometimes, just so that we can regather our strength, regather our resources, and get back into it again, but with a clearer mind. Let's see what else is coming up for you from the 1st to the 15th. So I also feel like some of you have been, how do I say it? I don't want to say daddy issues, but yeah. I feel like some of you have been noticing more that, you know, the relationship with your father has probably been estranged. And perhaps because everything is rising to the surface right now, this is what is making you question certain things and making you think, okay, where does this stem from? Where is the root from this? And most of you will find that it lies within the issues that you have with your father. Perhaps you have been choosing the wrong man, the wrong person for you. And it's not necessarily about the wrong person, but it's about the type of person that you've been going for or continue to go for. This person that you've been with or been seeing hasn't been for you, and they have portrayed certain behaviors that you have encountered with your father, whether that's not having emotional presence, whether that's not having physical presence, whether that's abusive behavior. It can be a whole range of different things, but it's about recognizing it and acknowledging it and thinking, how can you heal from this? How can you heal the relationship, and not necessarily the relationship with your father, because you don't need to do that. Just because someone is family and they're toxic does not mean that you need to rebuild that relationship just because they're blood. It doesn't work that way. If you need to take some time out for yourself, take that time out for yourself. If you want to cut the relationship, cut the relationship. If it's not good for you, why continue? So yeah, I feel like this reading is really about healing that relationship with your father and knowing that certain behaviors, certain patterns, certain feelings have been coming up through your relationships because of this relationship, because of this estranged or unhealthy relationship that you have been having with your father. And I don't usually like to say it because I like to think of the Three of Cups as something else when it's reversed, but for me in this reading, I'm seeing that someone has stepped out on you, or someone did step out on you, and it caused a lot of pain. And this is the reason as to why the relationship with your father is coming up, because it all roots back to, you know, what we have experienced through childhood and what we know to be true, or what we know to be true in that sense. So all of the relationships that we have when we're younger are really just a mirror of what we choose when we're older, if that makes any sense at all. So, yeah. But I feel like some of you will rebuild this relationship with your father, and you will deal with the root issues that have been coming up. It's just about taking time for yourself to reflect that right now. You know, what do you want? What do you want going forward? What do you want with this person going forward? What relationship, what boundaries do you need to put in place? What things need to be talked about and discussed? It's really about addressing the issues towards the middle of the month. But right now it's about reflecting. It's about reflecting and feeling and making sure that you are feeling. Because sometimes we can say that we're feeling something, but we'll distract ourselves by doing something completely different to what we need to do. The Hanged Man in reverse. So it's about making moves towards the middle of the month. This is a time where you will no longer feel stagnant, where you will no longer feel like, things aren't moving or emotions aren't moving and you're just stuck in the same place. Things may feel a bit painful, things may feel a bit burdening and like you are carrying everything on your shoulders, but just know that towards the middle of the month, things will pick up the pace. Things will start moving again. But first you must reflect. First you must reflect in order to know. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. In order to know what you want. And it may even be that you don't know what you want. And that's okay. It's not a... You don't have to know what you want. No one knows what they want. And it's just through experiences and growth that we continue to understand what we want, or somewhat understand what we want, but things change constantly. But right now, reflect, and towards the middle of the month, you will somewhat know what you want, in a sense. And it's okay if you end up feeling a bit confused, or a bit doubtful, or a bit all over the place, but just know that you will be moving ahead. Something will be picking up the pace and you will be moving. So this could be in regards to a relationship. It can be in regards to job opportunities, but I feel like this is mainly to do with a relationship that has somewhat been painful for you over the last few months. And you're now reflecting and able to take a step back and see where the root of everything has come from. So you guys will be fine. There's nothing to worry about at all. Just know that you will pick up the pace towards the middle of the month and things will seem a bit more clearer in that sense. So yeah, that's your reading, Cancer, for the 1st to the 15th of July. I love you guys so much. Have a blessed month. If you don't follow me already, follow me on Twitter, which is Luna Tarots, and Instagram, which is Luna Tarot by Chelsea. I love you guys. I will see you soon.